So hello everyone and welcome back. So 2020 is slowly coming, which means more news about the upcoming DLC for FNAF Security Breach. And today, I'm here to tell you how I think the ending for this DLC will be. Or better said, how I hope the ending will be. So without further ado, let's do this. This will be a long one, so buckle up. So throughout the game you'll be playing as a random girl. Not Elizabeth, not Susie, not that. Just a random girl who was lured into the ruins of the Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex 5 years after its closure. Surprisingly, the electricity and the power still works in the Pizzaplex. You heard that your friend, Gregory, is trapped in the Pizzaplex, so throughout the DLC, you try to find him in the ruins of the Pizzaplex while being hunted by the destroyed, shattered animatronics. Gregory is nowhere to be found. You eventually stumbled upon an old elevator which surprisingly works. The elevator leads to the ruins of the FNAF 6 location. When the elevator door opens, you only see everything burnt and destroyed. You then step out of the elevator and go forward. You are now standing in front of a big sign that says Freddy Fazbear's Pizzaplex. But then the ground shakes and you hear a loud shriek. You run away and go back to the elevator to the surface. You know that Gregory is most likely there, but you are just afraid to go back there. The ground shakes again and you hear a faint scream coming from the main entrance. You run to the main entrance thinking Gregory is there, but as soon as you get there, the ground changes violently, then collapses and creates a giant hole in the ground. From this giant hole emerges two giant hands and two rabbit ears. This is the Afton amalgamation. He shrieks at you. You run the opposite direction to the main atrium and he follows you. You both end up in the main atrium and for a second there is a silence. But then Dread Unit's voice comes up. He says, Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex emergency systems are detecting a security breach. Activating safety protocols. Then out of nowhere, DJ Music Man slams himself through a wall and starts fighting Afton. You little one. You must help me get rid of the security breach. Find all of the animatronics, help me fix them, and only then we may get rid of the security breach. Start with Chica. She's in the Phaser Blast. Go there, bring her to parts and service. I will fix her up. Then go to the main atrium. Do this with all of the animatronics. You listen to Dread Unit and run to Phaser Blast. Chica is there.
Hey Chica, come with me. We must fix you up.
Chica listens, but then the lights in Phaser Blast turn off. They turn on back in total red. Vanny is here. This whole time you will be trying to get out of there with Chica, trying to avoid Vanny catching you. You eventually make it to the parts and service and Dread Unit fixes Chica. After that, you both get up on the elevator to the main atrium. When Chica sees Afton, she says,
You look like trash. I'm coming to eat you.
She then jumps onto Afton's legs and crawls inside of him. Afton then breaks one of Music Man's legs. You have to act quickly. Great job, Red Unit says. Now get Roxanne and Montgomery. You retrieve Roxy in Roxy Raceway, but you again encounter Vanny. You still avoid her and end up with Roxy in parts and service. Then after that, she is fixed. You both end up in the atrium again and Roxy says to Afton,
Nobody's messing with my friend Music Man, you loser.
She then jumps inside of Afton through his chest. Afton then breaks the second DJ Music Man's leg. You only have to get Monty. Again you do the same process for him. You go to Gator Golf, the lights turn red, you avoid Vanny, you get to parts and service and back to the main atrium. Montgomery says to Afton,
You look like something that's already broken, but I will break you even more.
He then jumps and crawls inside of him through his arm. Dread Unit says, Great job. Now all you need to do is to activate the Showtime disc on the Showtime desk. Then we may activate the protocol Ruin. The Showtime disc then drops in front of you and you pick it up. Afton is still distracted with Music Man, but he only has a few legs left, so you need to hurry. You run as fast as possible to the showtime desk in the main atrium, trying to avoid Afton's attack. You are almost there. 3 legs remaining on Music Man. You are almost there. 2 legs. Almost there. 1 leg. You are there, and pressing the showtime disc, Music Man's limbless body is underground, and you play the showtime disc. Nothing happens. Afton stares at you in silence. But then you hear all of the different doors to all the places in the main atrium open, and all of the staff bots from the Pizzaplex come out of them. Damage staff bots, cook staff bots, security staff bots. Just all of them. Hundreds of them line up like soldiers in front of the main stage and stare at Afton. You then run from Afton behind all of the staff bots. Some of the staff bots bring up all of the 3 Princess Quest arcade cabinets and they place them in front of Afton. Afton just stares in shock. When he notices the princess on the arcade cabinets, he shrieks and slams his hand onto the cabinets, destroying them. But what happens next shocked him. A ghost of a little girl emerges from the cabinet. It is Cassidy. When Afton sees her, he smashes her 7 times with his hands, but nothing happens. Then the ghost of Henry, Emily, and Charlotte appear behind Cassidy, along with the children that Afton killed throughout the years, with masks of the animatronics. Afton just stares, unable to believe what is happening. Henry then says, "You are a great friend, and you are also very smart, but not smarter than what you have created." Then everyone starts saying one thing: ruin, 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 even Dreadnought. Cassidy then takes her sword, jumps, and slashes Afton's chest. Afton then yells in pain and falls into his knees. In that moment, all of the staff bots crawl into Afton's slash inside of him. Afton then shivers and shakes. In a moment, he explodes into hundreds of pieces. After that, only Burntrap is there, unable to move on the ground. The last thing that Afton sees before his death are the ghosts of Henry, Charlotte, the killed children, and his whole family. They all give him a smile, and in that moment, Cassidy decapitates Afton's head. Then he dies. The ghosts disappear, and Dread Unit says, "Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex self-destruct systems are activated in 10, 9, 8. You, in that moment, run from the building as fast as possible to the exit, and you make it out just in a moment when the building explodes. You are just laying in the grass. You are thinking of what you've just witnessed, and even more, what happened to Gregory. Then out of nowhere, a tentacle emerges from the grass with a letter and then goes back. You read the letter that says, "Don't worry, he's fine. Far away from this place with his best friend, forever and ever, the end." The post-credit scene. Vanny is lying in the ruins of the Mega Pizzaplex. She's fully free now. She's very wounded, but alive. She then walks out of the ruins of the Pizzaplex, looking at the sunrise. She says to herself, "Even though he may be gone, they are still around. And if they are still around, Freddy's will not end. I need to stop them." Then the screen fades to black. So, what did you think of this? I really hope that Ruin will be something at least a little bit similar to this. And if you think that this is way too big and way too out of place for anything, yeah, it is. But this is just how I hope the ending would be. I mean, of course, it probably won't be it. But at least this is how I would have liked it to end. So yeah, if you have any questions, just ask them in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye.